Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Kat and today we will take a look at the highlights of our recent Western Caribbean cruise with Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas. As always, when taking a cruise, my husband and I take a couple of days ahead of time to spend at the departure port. This gives us time to unwind and also some padding in case there are unforeseen flight delays or cancellations. This cruise was departing from Port Canaveral and we decided to spend a couple of days at CocoCay Beach. When flying to the area of Port Canaveral, there are two airport options to consider: Orlando International and Melbourne Airport. Melbourne Airport is slightly closer to CocoCay Beach. It takes about 45 minutes from the airport to CocoCay Beach, but it is also a smaller airport, so there are less flights per day, and if one gets canceled, you may be out of luck getting rebooked in the same day. Orlando International, on the other hand, is further away at about 1 hour, but there are plenty of flights per day. We took a gamble and flew to Melbourne, and we were pleasantly surprised on how painless it was to deplane and get our luggage. The airport is so quiet that it almost makes you think that you are in a completely different era. I will be completely honest, CocoCay Beach is not my favorite beach in Florida. The sand is coarse and dark, the water is dark and cold, the city itself does not have many amenities, and just like the airport, this area seems to have stopped in time. That also applies to the hotels. There are no good options here, period. The hotels are just a make-do for a couple of days. This was not our first time here, and I remember being terribly disappointed with the Hilton CocoCay Beach the last time. So I decided to book the Hilton Garden Inn since the website promised a fully refurbished hotel. My advice, don't stay there. As bad as the Hilton CocoCay Beach was, the Garden Inn version was even more disappointing. Since we knew the beach here wasn't our thing, we decided to do something else for a change. So we spent a day at the Kennedy Space Center. It has been forever since either one of us has been here, and with the Artemis program picking up steam, we thought it was going to be fun. We had such a great time, and the visit is definitely worthwhile. I am quite a space exploration enthusiast, and seeing all that man has accomplished thus far is truly inspirational. You can still see the Atlantis Space Shuttle close by, learn about the early days of the Apollo program, and see the latest plans for Artemis and the trip back to the moon. Check their website for the rocket launch schedule. You may just be lucky to be there for a mission launch. Embarkation day is always a fantastic day. I always feel all my stress melting away as I board the ship. The Harmony of the Seas is the third one of the Oasis class of ships by Royal Caribbean. There is so much entertainment on board that I dare you to be bored. You have activities for all age groups and many dining options. For this trip, we stayed on a Grand Suite, one bedroom category GS, cabin suite number 9660. This is our second favorite suite on the Oasis class of ships. Our favorite has always been the Crown Loft Suite. The Grand Suite is a good choice with a bedroom and living room separated by a curtain, a good-sized bathroom, and a fantastic balcony. The suite has plenty of wardrobe space and even a little bar area. This class of suite will give you all the access to the suite lounge and also the suite restaurant Coastal Kitchen. We absolutely love Coastal Kitchen. They have daily specials, and even if you can't find anything you like in the specials, there is a standard menu with beef, chicken, fish, and a vegetarian dish that is offered daily. As I mentioned before, there are plenty of restaurants, but one that stands out for its imaginative cuisine is Wonderland. Think of Alice in Wonderland and the Mad Hatter. The decor is really fantastic, and even the menu needs to be painted with water to appear. The food might not be the best that you ever tasted, but the experience is definitely something that you won't forget. I keep thinking that the rabbit was going to pop in at any minute.
So the first element, we call it the element of the fire, right? You ready? One,
Yes.
2, 3.
That's really cool.
So this is the last element, we call it the dream sweet. This one we call it the world. It's a Belgian chocolate with a dulce leche ice cream inside, chocolate mousse with a peanut ganache, and serving with a hot caramel. My world is having global warming, that's why it's a melted. So the second one, what do we have here? We call it the magical mushroom in the garden. Inside the big mushroom, they have white chocolate pistachio mousse. On the bottom, they have the red velvet crumble, chocolate crumble pistachio, and serving with the mango serving. Enjoy yummy yummy time.
Our first port of call for this cruise was Perfect Day at CocoCay. This is my absolute favorite spot in the whole Caribbean. I love what Royal Caribbean did with this beautiful island. It is a real amusement park in the middle of the ocean. There are so many options here, from the water park to the hot air balloon to the many different beaches and pools. I think I could spend a whole week here and not be tired. Our favorite spot at CocoCay is the Beach Club. You pay a fee to get in, and it's not the cheapest of the attractions. The entrance fee changes depending on the season and the sailing, and I believe we paid about $300 for the two of us for this cruise. You can even rent a cabana over the water here, but that will cost you way over $1,000 for the day. The beach club is situated in a quiet and crystal clear beach, although we were unlucky to get a purple flag the day that we were there. There were many jellyfish in the water. There is a heated infinity pool just for the club guests, a restaurant that serves lobster and filet mignon, all included in your ticket, and chairs and umbrellas all free of charge. There is one side of the beach that plays music and another one farther from the pool that is quieter. The entertainment shows on the ship were hit or miss, unfortunately. 1887 is an ice skating production and tells the story of the quest of love in time. It is a good show, good music, and classic style theater production. Also good are the Broadway performance of Grease and Columbus the musical. On the other end of the spectrum, you have the new shows that Royal Caribbean seems to be pouring their money into lately. One of them is Fine Line at the Aqua Theater. I don't know how or why, but in my opinion, they totally messed up with the beauty of the Aqua Theater shows. We have seen other aquatic shows before in the Oasis class, such as Oceanaria and Oasis of Dreams, but Fine Line is a crazy mix of strobe lights, terrible music, and a guy that twirls his skirt for the first 15 minutes of the show. Both the music and the lights left me with a terrible migraine at the end of the show. Our second stop with this cruise was Nassau in the Bahamas. Unfortunately, due to the Fine Line Aqua show from the night before causing me a massive migraine, we had to cancel our excursion at this port. These things happen when you suffer from migraines, but it was quite disappointing because my pain was 100% caused by Royal Caribbean and my excursion was only refunded at 50%. We were going to spend the day in Atlantis. If you stop in Nassau, don't miss it. We have been there before and there are so many things to do. From a beautiful fish tank to water slides, many pools, restaurants, and the beach. It is really a fantastic place. At one point in this itinerary, you go by Cuba. We managed to catch a beautiful sunset in the outline of the lamp. This is probably the closest that we will ever get to Cuba. Another port of call in this itinerary is Jamaica. Jamaica is not a place that I like to stop. We normally don't book excursions here, and sometimes we don't even get off of the ship. We just never had a good experience. Sometimes we just enjoy spending some time on the ship when everybody's off of it and you have the whole place just for yourself. The best beach breaks in Jamaica are a good hour away from the port. And there are always too many people trying to sell you all sorts of things on the beach. This time we did not book any excursions either. We did take a quick stroll through the port and the many stores with trinkets. I did buy a very good local honey from one of the stores and it was worth every drop. There is also a good Margaritaville store and a restaurant right there on the port. Labadee was our last stop and another favorite of mine. This is another Royal Caribbean private beach, not really an island as it is part of Haiti, but completely secluded from the world. If you stay in a suite, Grand Suite and above, you have access to Barefoot Beach Club for free. This is a beautiful beach cove with free chairs and cabanas for rent. We stayed in the cabanas before, and if you do stay there, you get your own private beach butler. They do serve lunch on the beach as well, and it is free in barbecue style. Last but not least, I couldn't leave you without a look at my towel animal collection. Remember always to keep that inner child alive in your heart. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, goodbye.